Imagine being terrified of spiders, even though you've never had a bad experience with one. You've never been bitten, you've never been hurt. Yet every time you see one, your heart races, your palms sweat, and you freeze in terror. Now imagine, this fear wasn't yours to begin with. What if it was passed down to you, woven into your DNA by ancestors who had once lived through danger, survival, and fear? What else could be hidden in the blueprints of our being? What other fears, insecurities, or limitations are silently shaping our lives without us even knowing it? Science is now revealing what spiritual traditions have known for centuries. Our environment, our thoughts, even our ancestors' traumas leave a mark on our DNA. This emerging field is called epigenetics. It shows that the genes we inherit are not just static codes, they are influenced by the life experiences of those who came before us. For thousands of years, shamans have known how to journey deep into the collective psyche, traveling between dimensions of the soul to recover lost memories, hidden traumas, and fragmented pieces of the human experience. These healers knew that the pain of one generation often becomes the suffering of the next, until someone has the courage and the wisdom to break the cycle. The same story repeats itself over and over. Cycles of addiction, patterns of fear, behaviors that enslave the conscious potential of an entire lineage. These generational curses are more than myth. They are inherited limitations embedded in our very cells, keeping us small, keeping us trapped, until someone somewhere wakes up and breaks free. Think of the experiment with fleas in a jar. At first, the fleas jump as high as they can, hitting the lid each time. Over time, they adjust. They jump just below the lid to avoid pain. But even when the lid is removed, they continue to jump only to that limited height. They never reach beyond it, never realizing their full potential. They've been programmed. Many of us are like those fleas, conditioned by invisible limits passed down through generations. We remain confined not by physical barriers, but by fears, doubts, and insecurities that are no longer relevant to our lives. Yet these invisible barriers keep us from leaping into our full potential. But the key to unlocking these limitations is awareness. The moment you become conscious of these patterns, you gain the power to break free. Just as epigenetics shows us that our DNA can be altered by trauma, it also shows that healing, growth, and positive change can rewrite the blueprint. By becoming self-aware, by healing old wounds and stepping into your higher self, you can stop the cycle. You can deactivate the fears and traumas engraved in your DNA and create new patterns for future generations. Your evolution becomes their inheritance. Instead of passing down fear, you pass down courage. Instead of passing down pain, you pass down strength. You have the power to transform the story. The power to break generational curses lies within you. No longer trapped by the limits of the past, you can leap higher, break through, and open the door to a new reality for yourself and for those yet to come. Break the limits. Rewrite your legacy. You are more than your ancestors' fears. You are their hope, the key to unlocking a new future. The question is, will you leap beyond the limits?